At last, we reached the pinnacle of the game. No more baby steps, this is the real deal. We're gonna get to the bottom of this by going to the top, gonna meet the mistress of this crazy mansion and have her sorted out! I say that, but those of you that know me know that this next character is already quite the familiar face among the fanbase, and by far my favorite. This stage is really short compared to the others. The ultimate confrontation, however, is much, much longer. So yeah, just go ahead and shoot your aim circles already so I can get to her. Yeah, you're not too menacing. Move along, please. More aim circles. Yawn. Come on. I'm falling asleep here. Oh, look at you, Sakuya! We've already come this far, and we won't let the likes of you ruin our schemes. Our scheme-revolving schemes. Scheme-resolving, I should say. No matter how hard you try with your desperate attacks, it's futile. I also enjoy the fourth wall humor thrown in. I've got to make you waste at least one bomb before the mistress gets mad at me. But really, a battle while climbing up a clock tower is cool. Against a person determined to stop you at all costs by throwing just about everything they have at you is even better. This is one of those stages I was talking about in which the mid-boss doesn't necessarily dictate the middle of the stage, because immediately afterwards... Yes. Okay, before I come off as a complete fanboy, allow me to save the rest of my dignity and simply say, here she comes, my favorite character in all of Touhou and the cause of the Red Mist. Up next is one of my favorite characters in the Touhou series, Remilia Scarlet.
The Scarlet Devil herself. She has the ability to control fate, which is probably one of Zun's more vague descriptions. Because no one knows how it works. And she normally doesn't implement it in her attacks, so there are like 70 billion different ways this can be interpreted.
Yeah, one interpretation I've seen is Kimiko Muffin's interpretation. That's actually the same rules as the Death Note.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
She also, well, she uses it later in the series, but she doesn't use it here. She also uses a spear named after one of the weapons in Norse mythology, which is Gungnir. I don't know if I said that right. Gungnir.
Gungnir.
It's stated as having the ability to always hit its mark and always kill, but it can miss in the fighting games, and I'm pretty sure that's for balancing reasons only.
Obviously. Wait, what can I say? Also in Fate Stay Night, it's a different show. You have Lancer, and his lance has the attack that's known as Gay Bull, which is odd thing is that it starts out by piercing the victim's heart, then reversing cause and effect. Guess you could wrap your mind around that.
No, I don't think I can.
It reverses cause and effect so that the lance will hit its mark. Unless you're extremely lucky that it just may barely miss.
So it'll, like, hit you in the stomach or something.
Well, that's a bit too far. It's more like if it barely missed, it's like it's right next to your heart, like the coronaries.
Oh, that's no better. That'll kill you anyway. Okay. Before we get too far off topic, back to Remilia. She's pretty much seen as a child, but that's because she is a child. Well, at least in appearance. I mean, she's called eternally young for a reason.
Yeah. January.
I forgot what I was gonna say next. Why is she one of my favorite characters? I was thinking this over for the last week, and I hope to get over the crutch of shallow reasons like, oh, she has a spear, she's so badass, or she's a vampire, isn't that cool, or anything like that. And I don't think it's possible. Like, I was watching one of these videos by one of my friends, Usually Dead, who posted a video in which he tried to find out that he tried to figure out that himself, but he couldn't figure it out either. And now I'm kind of seeing why, because everyone has their own opinion. You really can't break it down any further than that. I completely skipped over the Red Mist incident. Oh, God. Help me. Make me remember these things. So yes, Remilia is the one who released the Red Mist into the sky, blocking out the sun. And she did this because she was a vampire, and she is a vampire, and she wanted to play during the day as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that brings me back to the child comment, because many people see it as childish, but then again, she is a child, both in appearance and in thought processes. Thought processes.
Mm-hmm.
She is still kind of wise, though, but in a different sense. I don't know if I should have said it like that.
From the very beginning of this encounter, there's this intimidation factor. The huge red moon in the background, the opening phrases of the current song, Septet for the Dead Princess, the line, "The moon is red, I'll kill you for sure." Remilia's opening attack by itself is far scarier than anything we've come across yet, and it lets you know that she's on a whole other level. This is a very climactic climax. I like it. This is it. Everything that we've been working for the past 5 stages will be determined in the next 4 or 5 minutes or so. And even though she's been confronted about the mist she indeed sent out to block the sunlight, go back to the conversation and look how composed Remilia is in her portrait art. She's not angry at the human that gunned down her chief maid. She's not even worried in the least. That's anticipation. Confidence. That might actually be overconfidence, but I think she at least knows to watch herself if Sakuya was defeated. Twice. This battle is still my favorite, not only because of that, but Remilia was the first final boss I ever faced, and she gave me trouble at every turn. But it didn't feel like the rage induction that Sakuya gave me. It was more of a, you've come this far and that's all you can do? You beat my Sakuya and now all you can do is flail around uselessly? How disappointing. It's like some sort of magical coaxing into doing better, by practically curb stomping the player. But I guess in a world where one can idly toss around death threats and duel with heavy-duty magical objects of some kind, this must be the norm. To have this sort of beautiful last battle is a given of any incident in Gensokyo. So I'm trying to figure out a way to both tell the story of why Remilia is my favorite character to the newcomers, and maintain what little respect the veterans have for me because Remilia is my favorite character. Like I said before, I haven't really gotten into PC 98, so my first Touhou game was Embodiment. And I had this thing of having to beat the game I was on before I moved on to the next one. And that went on until around Mountain of Faith, so a majority of any training and understanding of the basics I had was on Embodiment. And during that training, it was basically a series of, okay, I beat out that spell card, what's next? And then, oh god, not this pattern, I need to learn what to do here, and eventually, oh no, there's so much crap on screen, focus, 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 squeeze, squeeze, oh, there's no way, panic bomb. And then I got to Remilia. I was like, alright, just one more person to deal with. She can't be much more difficult than Sakuya. I saw her opening and I was floored at the sheer cruelty. I managed, but that scarred me for a while. She taught me how intense the spell card battle can be. I'd thank her, but she's, she's a fictional character. That would look creepy on my part. have I saved any of my dignity yet? Something tells me no. So yes, there's a very good, almost certain chance that the Scarlet Devil became my favorite through personal experiences only. Same could be said of Septet, as not only is it my favorite final boss theme, but it's also the most popular Touhou song overall, consistently topping the Touhou popularity poll contest things. Although we can't really even call it a septet, because I think there's only 5 or 6 instruments being played throughout the song, so why would Zun call it that? I really don't know. Ah, darn it, I was so close to capturing Scarlet Shoot, so close! Rage of 1,000 centuries! And red magic. The last spell card of whatever final boss usually has something to do with the incident at hand. In this case, that is the very cause of the mist, the embodiment of Scarlet Devil, if you will. It's also the most difficult, but that's to be expected. It's the last spell card. At any rate, bullets that spawn bullets. That's a little overkill, isn't it? But regardless, no matter the odds or however much health this spell card has, we are obligated, as the players of this game, to overcome this threat. I'm not doing too good a job just yet, and I nearly wet my pants a couple of times when I went through. Red magic is just that dominating. And that's just about it for Remilia. And I'm still not so sure how to feel about this. I'm happy because this replay in particular happened to be from my very first 1cc of embodiment, but I'm sad because I had to beat down my favorite character to do it. Oh well, them's the breaks, I suppose. And, well, I would show you the endings and such, but Zoom made a personal request to not do so I won't.